It's scary to be catching feelings for someone so soon after my divorce.
It's also about you always trying to look to like what could be in the future instead of really living in the present and like just being so like, wow, I'm gonna appreciate this moment, this person, this.
You know, I've said this before, I've said it again, Chantel needs to take time to herself. I feel like she needs to do some sort of like retreat or something, you know? She needs to go somewhere, you know, where she can just focus on herself and build up her own character and build up a certain level of independency. You know, I feel like for her whole life, she's probably had her mum always there, her dad's always been there, you know what I mean? And I just feel like in relationships, she's always been quick to want things to work straight away because she always feels as if she needs someone there. It's got to the point where she doesn't even know how to take a breath. She doesn't know how to give herself a timeout, you know? It's always a case of where she needs someone to be there. Do you know what I'm saying? I think like now, because she lives on her own as well, is why she seeks to have someone come in her life ASAP. I mean, look at it this way. You look at the trip itself in particular now. You know, she's gone on a trip with obviously a bunch of her friends. And this is probably not the best example, per se, but someone I have based on what we can see. But the fact that she's even gone on this trip with like several of her friends as well, it kind of shows me as if she struggles with independency. Do you see what I'm saying? And I really feel like that's a part that she's missing. The part that she's missing is relying on herself, trusting herself, appreciating herself. You know, just having some of those independent, you know, obviously attributes, and most importantly, just loving herself for being by herself. You know, I generally feel like some people in this world, or I generally feel like some of the strongest people in this world are people that know how to love themselves, look after themselves, appreciate themselves, live by themselves, you know, all those things that involves being independent. And those are the people that usually can make better choices when it comes to choosing their life partners, because those people understand their own self-worth a whole lot more, a whole lot better. And I just don't feel like Chantel really knows her own self-worth or understands it right now, because her self-worth right now is based on her finding a man to just give her love. There's nothing wrong with that, but the way she goes about it is not working because she's just diving into any other guy. Like, listen, I feel like I could literally rock up to Atlanta right now, or rock up to her DMs right now, and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Give her all the attention that she requires, she wants. I could probably like write down the most like complex message. I don't know. I could literally probably just DM and be like, "Hey, what's going on, Chantel? You know, you're a beautiful woman. I like the way you smile. I've seen you on the show, and you know what though? This is what I feel like I can come in your life. You know, I marry you, give you that trust that you want, and give you all that reassurance, give you the kids, da 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 da." I generally feel like a guy could literally come in life and tell her everything that she wants to hear, and she'll just be in love like that. And that's the problem. She needs to understand her own self-worth. She needs to understand her own journey in life. This is what I'm saying, okay? She needs to understand her freaking worth. And without that, she's probably going to continue in this cycle of dating men that are probably just not going to be that interested in her. Why? Well, because she's too much of a beg. Yeah, I say beg. When I say beg, what I'm saying is that she's too much of a, "Oh, I'm in love with you already." You see what I'm saying? She's not much of a, let's take it easy. Let's get to know each other. Let's make sure we both have the same morals in life. She's more of a, "Oh, I'm going to tell you that I want all these things." And she's, "Oh my God, I want them too." And then that's it. There is no actually allowing that stuff to actually grow and see if those things are actually real within that person. I hope that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you look at her relationship with Pedro said the reason why he fell out of love with her is because everything that they had spoken about, whatnot, he just felt like as if it wasn't a thing anymore. You know, he felt as if once she got her job and once she did certain things, that she wasn't exactly the same person that he met. And he said that obviously he was patient enough for her to go to school, to get a degree, to become a nurse. But then when it came to his time for him to also now, you know, go to school or whatever he did, obviously to become a realtor, whatever, she did not want to support his dreams and his aspirations. All she cared about was her own dreams. And to be fair with you, somebody that generally has this thing of where not being able to, somebody like Chantel who doesn't know how to necessarily be independent or have a self-worth, blah, 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 to be fair, that does make sense. And I do feel like what Pedro was saying there probably had a lot of truth behind it. Probably was the truth, you know, that he did fall out of her. Like that he did not want to be with her anymore, purely because she was not going to support him with his own dreams, because she only cared about herself. And really and truly, when it comes to Chantel, she actually only does care about herself. Some people may think that being independent means caring about yourself, or self-worth means caring about yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that. No, self-worth to me and independency to me means you know how to look after yourself, but also you know how to care for others. You know what you want in life, but you also know how to listen to what other people want in life. This is what I'm saying, okay? And you're able to tell yourself whether or not you can give that person those things or not. Somebody like Chantel now, she's somebody who doesn't have that. She's somebody who's like, "Well, I want a man to come in and give me these things, and that's it." There is no, oh, I want to give him that, or I want to support him. And Pedro basically said that she wasn't supporting me with what I wanted to do. I had dreams, I had ideas, I had all these things, but she did not want to support me. And that's why I just didn't want to no more. So the more I think about it, Pedro was obviously right, at least in that aspect anyway. And it's crazy because since the breakup of her and Pedro, there's never been any point where she sat there and took any accountability for what she could have done better. When a relationship doesn't work well, it doesn't matter whose fault it is mostly. There's always something that we can take accountability on to help us moving forward. Chantel hasn't done that and probably never will do that. But I hope she does. Nonetheless though, you let me know what you're thinking down below and we talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.